Welcome back. Day 2 out on this project. I've been poking around up here a little bit trying to find a 1/2-inch iron pipe and don't really know where I'm at on that hillside. It's steep. But luckily yesterday we, at the top of that ridge up there, tied those 2 pins, the brass cap and the 5/8 rod, and that gives us a real close look point. So dial it up, should be right where I'm looking for it if that little skid road didn't take it out. But that's what we're doing, and then after that we're gonna go way up on the top of the mountain and lay out across the creek and up over the top. I think there's running water in the creek. I hope there is. Anyways, that's the plan. It's Daniel. Copy. I can barely see my backside up there, but I got her, and we are zeroed on it. So I'm turning a 175-ish for 160 feet. So we're gonna find this sucker. Angle we want's right through that tree, so I'm just gonna go pan to the right a little bit and bounce a reflectorless off another tree up there, see how far that is, so I kind of know where to go in there with the metal detector when I walk out there. Okay, way up there is a snag. You can see it broken off right there. That's 170 feet exactly, and we're looking right through this tree. So if I come from that snag in 10 feet and over 8-ish, we're gonna get this sucker. I decided to walk up that little road instead of coming up through this, but got the Shetty and the prism and a Schlonstadt. And this right here, I believe, it's kind of steep, is that snag. And I never looked down here. All right, so 10 feet that way and a little bit that way. All right, that's the snag right there in here somewhere in this area. Yep. Boy, it almost got took out by this monster blowdown. Copy, I think we got him. Let's dig him up. Sounds like he's down a little bit. Dang, he almost got by that big old blowdown. Or maybe he did get got. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. That's a T-post. All right, let me pull him out of there. Oh, no, he's under the tree. That's a big tree. That's bigger than my... Oh, darn it. Stand by. Oh, I dug that T-post out of there. Sure hope this guy's straight up and down, because I might have to go get the shovel, because this thing fell. I'm pretty sure this fell and just put a bunch of dirt on top of it. But I'm going to use my shovel, I guess, until I decide to abort and go get the regular shovel. It looks like naturally undisturbed dirt, and I found some ribbon, so we're getting there. All right, we found him. We just had to chase the signal. He's right up in the middle of that fern. So hopefully his distance checks. I wouldn't be surprised if it's moved 4/10 down the hill, but it's fine. All right, got him set up, and hopefully, can I see the gun? Don't know, but from here we're turning about that way, going for a long ways, so I can tie it from my next control point if I can't see it from there. I don't see anything, it's too bright in there. On the instrument, it is on the exact angle that I was cranking up. Oh, come on. Mornings are tough. Blood sugar gets high. All right, so that means this is right where it's supposed to be, pretty much. Where I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna put a control point up here, I think, on that road, so I can traverse the road and just put side shots down on this line. I think line's going about that way. Copy. Up on this road, I can see the gun, I can see the pin down there. I can see a side shot and a tree down line, and then I can just have a flat walk schlepping the gun over there, and then after that shot, I'll bail down off onto the road again and then shoot uphill, prismless. Yep, let's do that, turn this angle. We got that in the book. We're not actually gonna work on that line today. We're going up and lay out. There's like 1,600 feet on the back line going through, I think, 3 big old creek draws we're gonna go lay that out so we're ready to go and turn and burn next week. So yeah, let's head up the road, get to the parking spot, and do some more. We're at the road's end. We've laid out from the top of that ridge up there west of here, but we are now trying to go across this big canyon and then up to the very top of the mountain. And check it out! Epic Water Filters sent me this Nalgene water bottle, 100% made in the USA. Check that out. Flip top lid, auto trigger, pretty sweet. This thing filters all the stuff, so instead of me packing, I'm already packing a ton of weight up into these canyons every day. Now I can go in dry, as long as I can find a trickle of water, which I guarantee you somewhere up in there is going to be a little trickle of water. I am going to be able to fill this when I get thirsty instead of when I having to pack water up. I just get water there. Or down, whatever. Less weight in the morning. I'm usually not that thirsty in the morning, but then I get parched. So anyway, these things are sweet. Made in America, filters out everything. Let's give it a try. I'm going to try and make a little video for them. So let's do it. All right, I got a bunch of spikes, a bunch of ribbon, and 5-6 foot T-posts. No water. Let's head up into this sucker. All right, we're way up in here. Bunch of ribbon on this. This is state ground, private ground, so we're somewhere close to line. See what we got with the old... I mean, it is... I don't think you can see it on camera, but it is steep every direction out of here. Let's see. That way, probably right by that monster stump. Usually big stumps close to line, seems like. I guess I better start by going up here and tying into my old stuff that we did going up and way down canyon. Someone used this sucker as a tail hold. Girdled them. There's a big unit up here they logged. Must have used it for that. Copy. We made it up on the ridge somewhere close to line. I'm gonna go tie this into what we did yesterday. And then we're laying out back down into the canyon. Then we'll be thirsty. Maybe we'll try and fill up our water bottle. And then up the other side to the top of the mountain. Then we might be tired. Well, it's not looking promising. I had to turn on my flash. But down in this hole, look at that. That's what I got to work with up here on this mountain. Darn it. All right, let's break out this water bottle and see what we can't do. All right, I just got this sucker wedged in here, propped up. I hope there's some water going in there. I'm just gonna sit around and wait for a second. Got the filter and lid all in a nice clean spot so it doesn't get contaminated. Right on. So these guys make pitchers for the countertop or the fridge, and they also make under the sink filtration systems. Boy, it's steep in here. But man, if this works, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be a game changer for me because I don't want to have to climb a bunch of water up that hill when I could just get it when I'm thirsty. Oh, look at that. I can see the line coming up. It's filling up. This sucker's working. Copy. All right, we got quite a bit of water. This thing holds what, 48 ounces? Holy smokes. We got 35 ounces of water. All right, flip top. Everything stayed clean. Let's drink. Ah. Wow, I'm not sure how dirty that was in the first place, but that sure tastes good out here. Nice and cold, straight out of the mountain. All right, we are continuing up the hill. How about? Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna put a link to their website in my description box. And then if you go there and use copy 15, of course it's copy, you get 15% off your first order. So that's pretty cool. I get a little kickback, and I'm basically starting to make money with this YouTube thing. But anyways, all right, I'll drink a little more water, and then we're heading up this huge mountain. Copy. We are way up here. I'm pretty sure we're close to line. I can still see that ribbon. I think I'm going to put point here, and then we'll be at the top. Going over into the next canyon that looks to be on the map just as big as this one. Darn it. Hoping up at the top here, I might find one of them paddles that the state puts up. That'd be nice to get me corrected back on the line a little bit. All right, we're huffing and puffing our way up. Oh, good thing we got water with us. That was a push. Here's what I was looking for. One of these guys. State forest boundary. All right, I think I'm gonna work to the bottom of this next creek draw. I'm not going to go up the next side. It is Friday. My legs are sore. But hey, go check out Epic Water Filters. Link in description. Discount code and everything. All right. We'll catch you on the next one, y'all. Copy.